Hi, I'm Ken. Here I am in Hartford, Connecticut, going into the Great American Stamp Show. Behind me is the convention center right back there. I'll show you more things as we get in.
Okay, I had planned to make just one video that covered some interesting things I saw at the show and go over what I bought there, but when I recorded what I came home with, that video was already long enough. So I'm splitting these into two videos. This is the first one. I'll share the summary of what I bought at the show and what I brought home with me, and then in the next one I'll dive into the highlights of some of those stamps and share some of the highlights of the show. So let's jump in. So this is the lot of things I got at the stamp show. I'm really excited to share them with you, really in part because I would love to start tearing things out of what I got and putting them into my albums, but I don't really feel like I can do that until I share with you what's here. So let me start walking you through what I got. I was actually a little surprised by how little I got, but I am so thrilled with what I got that I just am excited to share it. I think I bought one single stamp. So there's a lot of booths at the show where dealers are selling stamps, one-off, one singles. I just bought this one stamp. Let's see if I can get it into focus. This is a U.S. Pony Express stamp, Scott number 113. Yep, that's what I paid for it, $22.50. It seems like a fairly good price for such a great stamp. Not in the best condition, but I needed this for my collection, and I'm thrilled to have it. Set that aside. The other thing I got were these two series. These are two sets of regular issue stamps, one from Kyrgyzstan, the other from Tajikistan. Remember when I did that dumpling episode, I didn't have a stamp from Kyrgyzstan to do my sharing with that, so I substituted these stamp from Kyrgyzstan with a stamp from Tajikistan. Unfortunately, I didn't have a real stamp from Tajikistan, and now I do. I have a regular issue series from Tajikistan, so I'm thrilled to add those two packets to my collection. The next thing I have here is a postcard. During the show, there was a first not first day of it, an introduction, a first day of issue ceremony. I guess it really wasn't a first day of issues because these haven't quite come out yet. But Rattlesnake Island is a local post in, I think it's Lake Erie. I'm not sure. Yeah, Lake Erie. They had an announcement of this series coming out. I did an interview with the Postmaster General of Rattlesnake Island, and I'll share that with you a little bit later in the video, but he gave me this nice postcard, which they had signed both the original former of the postal system and the postmaster who currently took it over. We'll have an interview with him a little bit later in this video. Anyway, nice postcard signed by the two of them. Next is this sheet. This is the fourth in a series of sheets advertising, Cinderella stamps advertising the upcoming Boston 2026 World Expo. You see it right there at the top. I have a couple other things to show you, maybe only one other thing, I'm not sure, from the World Expo. I got this sheet. I have the other three. I'm excited about the Boston World Expo, and I'm putting together all these sheets that come out, partly because I'm anticipating that Boston World Expo 2026, which is in Boston, is going to have a souvenir sheet. I don't know that they're going to have a souvenir sheet, but I'm anticipating they will, because every other World Expo, which happens every 10 years, has put out a really iconic souvenir sheet. And I want to pair this set of preview sheets with the official souvenir sheet when it comes out into my souvenir sheet album. So I'm thrilled to have gotten this version of them. Put that aside. Next, there was, and in fact, all the rest of what I have is from a particular dealer who had lots that were available to purchase as a whole. They just had rows and rows and rows of books and lots. And I bought 3 different lots from them. This first one says Germany. It's labeled $50. They gave it to me for $40, and I'm not special. They gave everyone a discount at about the same rate. So I got this book first. it's full of some really interesting things, and I kind of want to walk you through some of the highlights. During the rest of this video, I'll be cutting between showing you some of the stamps and some stories about how these stamps fit into my collection, intercut with other things that I've seen in the show. So look for more details later in there. So this book is just full of stamps. You'll see on this first page we have some Brazil, some Austria, some nice Austria possibly from my collection. Pretty much some older things, some cutouts here of envelopes, some envelope stamps from Austria, some airmail. So these are fairly common stamps, nothing particularly amazing. I think I might need this purple one for my collection. Let's see if we can get that in focus. I think I need this one for my collection. So we'll see. Next in this album is some stamps from Australia, a couple of roos. Again, very common stamps. I think one of the things that's interesting here is I've got these blocks of 4 of these stamps. I've always admired this stamp. It's so colorful and big, and getting all 3 denominations in a block of 4 like this is kind of fun. So these are not regular issues. These are airmail stamps. Not usually what I collect, but they will have a place in my collection because they're just beautiful. Slide that back in there. Down here we've got some Dominican Republic stamps. Again, nothing stand out there. Now we move to this page. We've got some Denmark, more Denmark. Nice set of these stamps, but now we have something kind of interesting happening here. Let me just pull these out right here. Here are 4 stamps from Hamburg. Now, I got so excited when I saw these that this is really what drew me to buying this collection. These stamps from Hamburg, which was a state, really a city-state in Germany prior to the war. These are stamps from Germany before the war happened. These were all very highly counterfeited. And so most of the times when you get these stamps, they're not real. These ones looked kind of good to me, not quite as counterfeity. I did look up the characteristics of real ones, and best I can tell, these all match the real stamps. So I'm excited to add those to my collection. Let's get these back in here. You'll notice they came in multiple colors, and that's consistent with the period. And they also came perforate and imperforate, also consistent with the period. So I believe those are real. I'll do some more research before I add them in, and I'll come back and tell you more about those. There's 2 other Hamburg stamps in a different denomination. These are also matching all the markers for real, although there's something about this one here that tells me it's a little suspicious. So I have to look that up a little bit harder, but I think these both are real. Also in Hamburg are these 2. These are envelope cut squares. You can see the advertising writing on the back, so I'll have to do some more research about those. I don't really know if these have any value or not, but we'll check. This one is also an envelope cutout, but this one has the telltale markings across the front that indicate that this is actually a reproduction forgery. I'm not sure what the right word is for this one. I'll get that up there on the image. That's definitely not a real Hamburg stamp, although it is a real forgery, a known forgery reprint. So nothing special there, but it's always fun actually for me to see forgeries for real in real life in my collections. Also, I've got this stamp here from I can't pronounce this, Heligoland. It's a German oriented territory that was also counterfeited a lot, and this is a cut square, a very well-known cut square forgery. So this is a reprint forgery meant to not deceive collectors. They weren't really shy back then about making things for collectors, but this was not an actual issued postage stamp. So that's a known issue. I've got a couple of other things in here from Germany. Württemberg stamp, another Württemberg stamp, some very early Germany. Those are fun. I think I have these in my collection already. Here's something from Sachin. Can't remember what Sachin's American English name is. Prussia, maybe? No, I'm not sure. Anyway, I'll look that up and show you more about these stamps later. Anyway, so we have those. We turn to the next page. There's a lot of nice Bulgaria here. My Bulgaria collection is kind of light, and this has got to be 10 times my Bulgaria collection, so I'm thrilled to get those added to that collection. Some nice little triangle stamps in here. Where are these from? I can't even tell where these are from. Anyway, we'll take a look at those. Given that the ones above it are from Bolivia, I'm going to guess those are from Bolivia as well. We've got some nice stamps from Antigua in here, so those are fun. Here, what do we have? We have some Ethiopia, some Algeria. Those are really fun. I don't have a ton of those in the collection. And then what do we have here? Afghanistan. I know that some stamps from Afghanistan were also forged, so we'll have to take a look at those in more detail. More Argentina, lots more Argentina there. I think these are all common and in my collection already. Some more stamps from Canada. Again, I suspect all these Canadian stamps are common and already in my collection. I don't see anything special there. Some Canal, Zone, Cape of Good Hope, and Dora. Some nice overprints here of French stamps, overprinted in Dora. That's kind of fun. I love overprint stamps. I know a lot of you do as well, so those are fun to add to the collection. Those are overprinted, and I can see that this one right here is overprinted and surcharged half a centime, so that's fun. Turning the page. I mean, you can just see how excited I was to get a lot that's so full of great stamps. Costa Rica. What else do we have here? Chile. Here's a interesting Cinderella. Belgian Congo down here. Here's another interesting thing. We've got what are these from? Croatia. So this is a set from Croatia that I have 2 stamps from. Another nice overprint stamp here. So that's fun. Croatia is light in my collection. I think I only had 2 stamps before this, so a nice set of additions. Some Czechoslovakia stamps, a nice clean set of Czechoslovakia stamps. Czechoslovakia down here. We turn here more and more Czechoslovakia, and even down here Bohemian stamps. They say Bowman and Marin on the top. Bohemia and Moravia are what those are from. I have almost a complete collection of these, so I'm thinking these won't fill a spot, but there's a few missing spots that I have, and we'll check those out. It's possible that this is one I need right here. It's an overprint from what is this, Slovakia, I think? Overprinted on a Czechoslovakian stamp. That's kind of fun. So we'll have that in the collection someplace. More Slovakia here. Some more Ethiopia here. Some Greenland. I have almost no Greenland stamps, so those will be nice. These stamps down here are not Portuguese, although they're Portuguese colonies. These are from Angola. That's fun. These are more modern bird stamps from Angola, also regular issue stamps, not commemorative, so I'm thrilled to get that. I love the places where countries like Angola have both made regular issues, but with kind of commemorative style designs like this that are just so beautiful bird stamps. Now we have some Great Britain stamps. These were also some of the stamps that pulled my eye. I'm sure I have almost all of these Edward stamps. Anyway, I'm sure I have almost all of these. Got some Jubilee issues here. What else have we got going here? So then you start to see a stamp like this just sitting in here. This is in terrible shape, but it is a penny red, and so penny reds are always fun to pull out of a collection. This one, on the other hand, is in great shape. a really great penny red, so I'll be excited to see if that has a plate number that I will enjoy. You see a nice sixpence Victoria stamp. That's fun. Large white letter Victoria stamp. That's a pretty valuable stamp. I would think that that stamp alone might be worth the cost of the lot. So that's a nice thing to see in there. Down here are a lot of these Queen Elizabeth stamps overprinted with Morocco agencies. I've got Morocco agencies, Tangier, Bahrain, Kuwait. These are, I don't know where those are from, Dubai, I think. And then these are the regular issues. So that's a nice little collection someone put together of stamps that exhibit the overprints. So that's fun. Turning here, we've got some Netherlands, actually Netherlands, Indian Netherlands, not India, West Indies, Netherlands Indies stamps. So that's good. Sweden, there's a couple of the coils in here. I don't think I have a lot of those coil stamps from Sweden, so that's a good add. Some really great stamps from France. I'd say that every time you come across one of these, I'm happy. That's a pretty nice stamp of Napoleon with his little emperor's crown on it. Those are fun to get. I do have that already, but that's a really nice copy. A lot of sewer stamps. I'm pretty sure I have all those. Some of these down here at the bottom may fill out some holes. We're going to have to see about that. Some more France stamps, and then we come down here and we've got France colonies. This is from, I'm not sure exactly where this one's from. We'll have to do some more research on that. Some French colony stamps. So those are fun to get. I don't have a ton of those. And then these jumped out at me. I really think these are fantastic. Let me give you an example of this one. This is a pair of sewer stamps with an advertising selvage on them for Moet and Chandon champagne. So this whole set down here is the same kind of thing, various advertising labels on top of these sewer and other French stamps. Those are just fun to see. We have some Finland, lots of Finland in here, Guatemala, and I think we might have reached, no, one more page here, 2 more pages. This is that. So we got some Egypt. This one just kind of sitting out here. I love stamps from Hawaii. This is Hawaii before it was a U.S. state, so that's fun. And then this last page I'll come back to you with details on. These are stamps from, everything on this page is stamps from Iran. A lot of them are overprint stamps. Let me give you a flavor of this. I was talking about counterfeit stamps, and these are almost no doubt counterfeit stamps from Iran. All these imperforated ones on the top are almost definitely counterfeit stamps. I've done a little bit of research on this style as well. I don't know if you can see that. The denomination at the top, CHAHIS, I don't know what that currency is. Anyway, that's an initial cap C. The stamp itself is a forgery, and the overprint is a forgery. And I know that because the original stamp has all caps for that currency. So these are absolutely forgeries. A lot of forgeries in here. I believe that these are forgeries as well. I don't know about the rest of them. There may be some real stamps in there, and I'm thinking that this might be the real deal, but we'll come back and give you a whole update on the stamps on this page. Forgeries are not. The original stamps of these are literally hundreds of dollars a piece, so I'm doubting that they are the originals. Some people do collect forgeries, and forgeries of this nature, I looked up, are worth a fair amount of money. So that's exciting to see them. A fair amount of money being $10 to $20 for a set. Not that good, but still, I've never seen the forgeries. I've never seen the real ones in real life, and it's fun to have them to add to my collection, even if they are forgeries. That came along. The second thing I bought from that dealer, I bought it a second time going back after I enjoyed that so much, was two different lots, a $40 lot and a $10 lot. I got the two of these for $40. I'm thrilled with them. This first lot is a set of pages for Turkey. Many of these pages are empty, but you can see an 1876 pair of stamps here, 1884. I got these stamps because I was putting together that World War I album, and Turkey was a participant in World War I. Now, these stamps are before World War I, during the Ottoman Empire period. I have very few stamps from Turkey, and even though this is pretty light, it is pretty soon going to come into stamps that are in that World War I period. So I am just thrilled to see this album. This album is in German. I probably will take all the stamps out of this and make a dedicated Turkish album. But now we're getting into the era of stamps that would have been used during World War I. Specifically, these stamps are just before the start of World War I. These are in World War I proper. So all these stamps will make nice additions to my World War I collection. We're still in World War I, good 5 stamps there. Another, 6 stamps there. So I think I made a big score, a big move forward in my World War I album by getting this simple $10 lot. I don't think I could have bought stamps from this period for Turkey. Even 2 or 3 of them I don't think I could have bought for $10. Anyway, the rest of this is pretty empty. I won't go through it all, but I'll come back later and show you what filled out, especially that World War I album. Finally, I got this lot for $40, and it said it was a Great Britain lot, which indeed it is. What caught my eye was turning to the second page and seeing this page. I'll give you a second to see if you can see what caught my eye. It's this one right here. This stamp is almost the spitting image of what's called an engraved issue stamp, a Victorian engraved issue. This is a legit stamp. This is a real stamp, but it turns out that this stamp is not the engraved issue stamp. It's the envelope style stamp, and you can see the tax information for the envelope written all along the edges. I'll come back and get more detail about that, but these stamps are stamps that most people don't have in their collection because those engraved issues are, oh my god, expensive. I don't know why they were so expensive, but they were really expensive. So I was looking at this, that caught my eye, and I went, oh, maybe I have something really exciting there. I did take this to a dealer, and we'll talk a little bit later in the episode about the very generous dealer who helped me understand what was going on with this issue and with the real issues of this that are really expensive. And we'll have a little session on that in a few minutes. Anyway, that caught my eye and made me excited to buy this. Even if that stamp isn't the one I hoped it was, it's still a pretty exciting stamp to see in this. And you can see more of these cut square envelopes from Victoria in here. I'm excited about those. There's some revenue stamps in here. Look at all these penny reds down here. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 penny reds. Those run a couple bucks a piece, so that's exciting there. Here's another large colored letters Victoria stamp. That's a really nice halfpenny blue, 2.5 penny blue. So that's fun to see. We have a 5 pence two-colored Victoria stamp there. That's fun. A couple of these small 2.5 mauve stamps here. These are nice stamps. More large corner letter stamps, halfpenny stamps. Each one of these is 10 pounds a piece, $10 a piece on that order there. I'll have to check these for the number of dots in them. There's a fairly ordinary stamp there, but that's still fun. We've got a whole King George and Queen Victoria set here that's unused, and I'm excited to get a whole set of those unused. Also in here are another Tangier and Morocco agency's copy of those. So This page alone, a delight. Probably worth the $40, but to me it's not the $40. It's $40 of value that goes into my collection. One of the things I noticed is you saw that I bought one stamp for a standalone stamp, and then I bought these 3 other lots. I found that I just didn't have the patience to go to different dealers and buy stamps 1, 2. I get so much more enjoyment out of looking through and learning from these kinds of lots. It's almost all I ever do at a show is find lots that are fun. So anyway, these are great. Okay, then I turned to this page, and when I was talking to the dealer about this stamp, he pointed out these 2 stamps right here, these 2 piles of stamps. And in fact, these stamps are the real deal embossed stamps. Now you can see that those are cut really tight up to the edge of the stamp. That is fairly typical of what collectors would have done at the time, not really knowing any better. These sell for a lot of money if they're cut square rather than to shape like this. But even so, each one of these stamps cut like this is worth on the order of $30 to $40. These are both this stamp here, and let me see if I pull up the other one, and this stamp here are each $30 to $40 stamps on their own in this terrible condition. And I suspect that I would have never bought them for my collection standalone. So these 2 stamps alone make this lot, in fact, make the whole show worth it to me, and will fill a great spot in my catalog. And I'll come back and tell you more about how you tell the difference between these in a later section. But fantastic, fantastic finds in this lot. You'll see also other cutout things. These are from envelopes as well, and we'll talk about those when I talk about these embossed issue stamps. Also on this page, there's some more Queen Victoria stamps up here. We'll go over all those a little bit later. We've got 60 1 pennies. What is this? 3 pence stamps there. Those are all nice. Here's a whole ton of not a ton. Here's 2 shilling value Queen Victoria stamps. Those are nice. 2 4.5 pence. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 4.5 pence. The shilling value stamps came in 2 colors, and both colors are represented here. So there's some of the plain green ones. That's a beautiful stamp. That fills a spot in my collection, I'm sure. And then they also come in these 2 colored versions, and those are really nice. What else we got here? Some 3 pence, some 5 pence, some 1.5 pence, and then look at all those blue stamps down here. These are all 2.5 pence Victoria stamps. Just beautiful, beautiful stamp. These are pretty common, although these are also not inexpensive. So to have that many sticking around at the same collection is delightful. On top of this, there's a lot of the high value King George stamps. We'll take a look at those. And, you know, I've been putting together a collection of British commemorative stamps. I got such a huge lot of them about a year ago that I just couldn't resist curating it. I have a lot of holes in that collection, and so the rest of these pages have British commemorative stamps that look like they're going to fill a lot of the holes in that collection. So I'm excited to go through all of these, looking for places where they fill holes. We've got some more King George stamps here. I think I have all of these, so there's nothing really special for me here. More Edward VII, some more George V. I like this one right here with the tab hanging off of it. I don't have anything like that yet. Airmail advertisement, a tab associated with it. That's nice. Here's a nice large format 2.6 shilling for George. That's nice. So a lot of large formats down here. This is an interesting one. This is a revenue stamp of some sort that I'm not familiar with. It's not a postage stamp. Contract note, it says. I'll have to look at that a little bit more. So a lot of really nice stamps in here. Move on. I've got some New Zealand stamps. Lundy. I don't have any stamps from Lundy, so there's Lundy stamps. Guernsey, Jersey. Those are fun. Here's some Queen Elizabeth stamps, and in here, I think these are the ones. Yeah, you'll see here. These are graphite line versions of these stamps. These are the ones that are a little bit harder to find. You almost never see them. So finding 2 of those in there is a nice find, and I'll have to kind of check the phosphor bands on those to see if they're the good ones or not. Or ones I don't have, I guess is what I mean to say. Now a whole page of Machins. I still have work to do on my Machin collection. Looks like these might fill out some of those holes. More Machins, and down here at the bottom, some of the large format Machins, and more commemorative stamps. Those are nice. Now we have some Queen Elizabeth Castle stamps. These are really nice. What do we have here? 10 shilling Castle stamps. Those are nice. And look at all the brown ones down here. What are these? These are 2.6. Those are all nice, but so many of them. So those will be nice to check for varieties in. And I think we've got 2 more pages here. 10 shilling stamp here for King George VI. Those are some nice George VI stamps. Silver Jubilee stamps, some more cutouts. These cutouts are not nearly as exciting as the ones at the beginning of this set. And what do we have here? Some postage due. And some more George and Victoria wedding series. Is it wedding that this is from? I think so. So those are fun. And down here are some more Morocco agencies and Tangier stamps. In fact, there's some blocks of 4 in this. So that's a kind of a fun find. Blocks of 4 for that. That's the end of the collection of what I bought back from the stamp show. And as we go through the rest of the video, I'll show you more about these stamps and other things that I saw while I was at the show. Oh boy, what a haul. Next video, I will show you some of the highlights of what I found in these lots. But I'm going to spend most of my time in the next video sharing things that I saw at the GASS show. I hope you'll come back and watch that later.